Semko grew up close to Vinerin, a town in Vinna, with his mother and younger brother. The area in which Semko grew up, close to Vinerin, is part of the province Vinna. Vinna is in the center and surrounded by 6 kingdoms. Vinna, however, did not have a king or queen in over 600 years. Because of the more remote location of Semko's home, he was playing in nature and with monsters from a very young age. His mother saw great importance in teaching Semko sword fighting, as they did in their family for generations. And many years ago, dueling was a common thing, but because of its brutality, it was outlawed. But nowadays, there are still tournaments and duelists, but purely as a sport. One night, Semko got a visit from his friend, Noda, which asked Semko for help and urged him to come with him without much explanation. Noda is special in that he is not a monster, but a Voda, a materialized Vila. Vodas have unique names ending with Oda, unlike normal monsters who don't have unique names at all unless you give them one. Vodas look similar to each other. Monsters are all different. Vodas have all the same type. Monsters can have all sorts of types. Monsters can evolve and be caught, whereas Vodas cannot. A Vila, you can imagine, is a lost soul. But what makes a soul become a Vila? I'll get to that in a minute. Noda rushed ahead and Semko tried to keep up, but Noda just mumbled something, "Follow me," and cave. On their way to the cave, and just when they were about to reach it, they met another friend, Deegan, which Noda just ignored. Semko excused himself and continued to follow Noda, but Deegan was visibly annoyed. And immediately after reaching the cave, Semko noticed that the cave, which is usually protected by guards, is unprotected, and that there is a weird feeling pulsating periodically close to the cave. Noda, again, without any clarification or assessing the situation, rushed inside it, and Semko followed. Finally, when inside, Noda calmed down a bit, and they hid behind a vase to assess the situation. But besides this weird structure, which is weirdly mesmerizing to Semko for some reason, but he just can't tell why, Semko used this quiet moment to ask Noda what happened and what he needed help with. Noda, still a bit in panic mode, answers hysterically that he was just flying around when he felt an ominous energy pulsing every once in a while. And then he saw that the guards just started leaving their posts, which never happened, ever. Semko agrees, saying that he felt something weird as well. It seemed, however, as nothing bad happened. The structure and wall carvings that the guards were seemingly protecting seem all intact. So Semko and Noda started looking around, looking at the mysterious structure, and behind it were wall carvings. While Semko and Noda were distracted by the wall carvings, from behind the pointy structure, an old man has appeared. The old man introduces himself as Deda. He says that he is guarding this obelisk. Deda realizes that Noda and Semko seem not to be bad people. The obelisks are ancient structures, Deda said, that capture a soul's energy and store them. These obelisks are interconnected with each other underground, and that there are many of them on this world. These structures were built by ancient people called Venerians. They were powerful people, masters in controlling energy. Semko and Noda, however, were just confused that this was the first time they saw such an obelisk. Remember Vodas, the creature that Noda is? Their souls were not absorbed by these obelisks, so they wander around, and these lost souls are called Vilas, because when they're lost once, they cannot be captured by an obelisk anymore. So they must either materialize as a Voda or live as a lost soul, a Vila, for eternity. They can only materialize while resting in water, but this can take many years to complete. And the odd thing is that Vilas also lose all their memories unless they materialize as a Voda, in which they would regain their memories of previous life. The wall carvings are about the ancient Venerians, who lived among us hundreds of years ago, but they fell in an all-out war of order and chaos. While Deda was just about to dive deeper into the war, Semko touched the obelisk, and suddenly it lit up in a deep purplish glow, and an entrance opened between the carvings. The entrance opened, and Deda suddenly disappeared, as if he got evaporated. Semko, however, who is oddly drawn to the entrance, ignores everything and enters it. I was a bit hesitant to make this video because I really wanted the players to explore the story for themselves in the game. This, however, might happen very late in the future or never, in the extent that I imagine the story to be told. So I want to start creating content around the story, like the world, the characters, and tell bits and parts of the story, like this small introduction, because I might not have a chance doing so otherwise. I was also a bit conflicted about in what format to tell the story, like comic, manga, a novel. I even wrote a screenplay for whatever reason. But I decided to just make videos. I think that's something I'm somewhat comfortable with. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.